Okay guys, so I'm going to show you how to do a filter. So this is my filter. It's really hard to find. Nobody freaking sells these, which pisses me off. They're never on shelf. So yeah, so that's my filter. Check. I got a poop bag because, yeah, I like to put my dirty filter in. Okay, cool. So I got my paper towels because this does make a little bit of a mess. Well, not really, I guess. Depends on how you do it, right? So there we go. So let me show you how to change it. So this stays here. This is the stick. Alright, you just pull the filter like this, like so. Put it in a poopy bag, like so. Okay. Usually I clean around my filters, like my filter thingy, because that's what I do. Because there's always like excess oil in it and stuff, which I like to pour out and stuff because, you know, like it's not like it's a ton of oil, but like still, it's like, you know, when you want a new filter, you should, you know, change everything. So I like to just pour this black crap out because you don't really need this black shit and you don't put oil in here. You do not do that. So don't do that. Okay, so that was my mistake last time. Yeah, so I'm just gonna clean it out. Okay. So I showed you, I poured the oil out on my paper towel because this is messy and you definitely do not want to drop oil on concrete or like cement or whatever because it's a bitch to clean. So if you can avoid all that cleaning, you should do so. So there we go. I got a clean thing for the filter. Okay, the filter. Wait, I'm not done. So there's a rubber piece right here. You should remove it. You don't have to, like all means you really don't have to. But in the new filter comes with a rubber piece, like a new one to use. So if you can change it or if you want to change it, you should change it. I need something to pull the thing out. Because these elastics are pretty tight, so they are a little bitch to come off. So there we go. There's my rubber piece I was telling you about. It needed to be changed. You should change them, but like I said, you definitely don't have to, but it does come with your filter if you have this kind of a filter. Okay? Most people don't change it. I get it, but you should change it. Here's my new filter. See? Okay, I'm going to place it right here. Ooh, right there because I need the rubber piece. The rubber, right? The thing I just took off. So, I'm going to put it back on. Like I said, they're pretty tough, so you should try to put it on as best as you can. Well, you have to put it on properly, actually, to keep it sealed. So don't put it on as best as you can because that's not going to work, like I said. So it goes on the bottom, very, very bottom, so you got to make sure it's fully lined up. Okay, so it's fully around completely, see? Okay, and then you put your new filter, like so. I usually keep the words up. I guess you can have it either or. It's no difference. Yeah, so I usually have the words like this, and then you kind of like wiggle, wiggle, wiggle in. Not like that. And then voila, that's my oil filter. So that's done. It's done, but I'm a little dirty now, so. And look, I didn't even make a mess. So you can keep this, but technically I change it, like I throw it out, but I always rip this corner and I fill it out for when I do my next oil change.
Yeah, because you stole mine last time.
Yeah, usually I steal Rick's because he has the cool sticker ones because he goes with the more expensive filters, but I can't have the K&N's filters and all those nice filters. I can only have so many filters, and
Well,
it's,
you could probably find it online.
I don't know. So I usually steal his because he gets that beautiful sticker that goes on the window, right? So I usually do take his. So I usually pull the side off and then I put it in the package and then I chuck it out, right? So that's how I do my oil. So usually I fill this out. See? It tells me what kind of filter and all that. So I usually fill it out when I do my next. I only add 5,000 kilometers onto what I have in the car because most filters are for 5,000 kilometers. This one doesn't really tell you how many kilometers, so I just assume it's 5,000.
Well, filters are good up to like 15,000.
Well, I always change my filters at 5. So yeah, this one doesn't really.
But you're supposed to change it whatever you need your oil change.
Yeah. So well, look, it says that it's so. I usually change my filters and do an oil change at 5,000. So this time I actually went over by 2,000, which is pretty fucking sad because I shouldn't have done that. I never do that, but I couldn't find a filter literally for the life of me. And then finally, I asked Canadian Tire, what are those people called? You know, the people that sit at the desk, but I don't know. Well, I asked him, the automotive people, if they had my filter. It said they had 12 in stock, but they weren't on the shelf. They haven't been on the shelf for months. And he said, oh yeah, okay, I'll check. So he comes out, brings me one, and I said, no, I think I need about 4, because I don't want to go through looking for filters, you know, forever, right? So I grabbed a few, and then I went on my way. And then, yeah, that was the same week Canadian Tire closed. So yeah, so guys, that's my filter. Peace out. What are you doing, Rick?
Smoking.
Do you want to explain anything?
No.
So he's not doing anything right now.
Well, you're gonna put that in.
Back at my car, and I'm going to show you where my filter goes. So my filter's a little weird. It's not like most cars that, you know, mine goes upside down. So that's my hole. So you know how it had that dipstick kind of thing sticking out? Well, you kind of flip the filter. That's why I say empty it. Don't have oil in there, because then you're going to get oil all over here. So you flip it, you put it here. I'll show you when I put it in, but right now it's pretty good. So yeah, so that's where you stick it. I will show you when I'm ready to put it in. All right, I'm just putting the filter in. So it goes in here. You want to show them where it goes in?
Yeah, I just thought that was on Zoom.
Oh, no. Okay, so it goes in here. So you kind of just stick it in. You twist as much as you can till you can screw it in. Why isn't it working? Oh.
Well, it's spring loaded.
I see that. I had to push right down. Okay, and then Rick usually tightens it for me because usually you can use a tool, but I guess I'm using my hands, so whatever.
Where it's plastic, you're not supposed to over tighten it.
Oh.
Plastic and metal.
Do you just want to double check it while I hold it? Okay. Just make sure it's good enough. So he's just retightening for me because, like, you know, he always does that because I feel better about it. And then I put your tools right over there, babes. Yeah, I put them away. So he just redoes it for me, so I feel more better about it. I thought you said don't use tools. Okay, so it's good. So now all I do is add oil. So I already did my dipstick. So I just basically add my oil there. So I'm going to start that now. So peace out. So I'm just using like a cooking measuring cup. I got them from the dollar store for $1.25. There was a pack of like 4. So that's what I'm using. We have better ones at home, but I like these small ones because, like you can see, you can't really stick it in because there's a blockage. So you kind of gotta hold it. So let me go get my oil.
Does it fit on sideways?
I got a smaller one if it works.
Well, the one at home works good. I don't even know why you would. We paid, like, you can have it to stop or go and shit, and it has a screen in it.
Look, that fits better in there.
Because the one at home, we have the small tip that goes in.
Yeah, that goes in. So, I got my oil. I use this oil. I like this oil. Rick uses really expensive oil, synthetic and racing oil, because his car needs it. he actually uses he doesn't use regular gas either. He uses racing fuel and stuff like that. It's called what's it called? I don't know. It's like $20, like $40 for just like a little thing like this. You pour
For a
it, you
liter.
mix it in with your gas.
Well, it's 25 something for a liter.
Yeah. So it's pretty expensive, but he uses that, and then he uses premium gas. He mixes it, and then well, always have paper towels because I make a mess. Yeah. All right. I'm not good at this. I get scared when I do
You're
this.
supposed to hold it sideways. So the bubbles.
I don't ever do this. Can you start it off? Just till it's halfway, till I'm not shaky. I get really shaky. Okay. So my nerves aren't good, so I get really shaky. So Rick usually empties the bottle off half full till I start it up. So there he is. Yeah, Rick uses the best for his car. Only because, you know, we put so much money into it, and like his car takes a lot different stuff. So I use good stuff for my car, but my car is very different, and you can only use so much stuff for my car. Like I don't have a big variety. Like Rick, he has a little bit of variety. Like he can put certain filters in, certain brands in. Me, it seems like I can only have one kind of freaking filter, and that's it. So there's a little difference between us. So usually this car, when you do an oil change, takes almost 2 big jugs. It takes a lot of oil.
Yeah, but for parts, I can't find parts for shit.
No.
Well, certain ones, yeah, but most of them no.
Yeah, the Beetle, I can't find nothing.
Yeah, this one needed too.
No. But the 98, I could find everything. It was so easy for her. Fucking pisses me
Well,
off.
it's because they made that model till like 2011
Yeah.
or 2010. They made that model.
Yeah. So usually the oil takes about 2 big jugs. That's why he's probably gonna pour the whole thing in slowly.
No, mine only takes like barely a full jug.
And mine takes 2. So yeah. So he's just gonna do it.
My oil tank's really little. So.
Yeah, very little. Very, very, very little.
Remember when I bought one and the girl was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Alright. Do you want... I told you to do it halfway so you can do the other one half so I can fill it up myself at the end. Okay. That's why I had paper towel, guys. Because I am a freak when it comes to spillage. And I don't like spillage.
You're a freak either way.
Okay, I think it's empty. I think it's empty. I can live without that couple little bit. Really, Rick? Just fucking get rid of it now. Okay, it's empty.
That's a lot, man.
Ugh. Seems like you're just making a mess trying to get the last drops. I could have lived without that mess and the last drops.
Ain't no waste.
Alright. Okay. So, 1 jug's done. So, now I just kind of sit here and wait before he starts the new jug. We're sitting here waiting first, right? And then I'm going to start her up, see how she does. Well, that's what I mean. So we're just going to sit here and wait a couple minutes. Oh, my coolant is pretty good. Looks good. Right? Oh, I should add some windshield washer. So I'll do that now while I wait. So I'm going to go add some windshield washer while I wait. Okay. So should I just... We are on our 2nd jug. I just started her up for a second or 2, and now we're putting more oil because now she's showing no oil again. So we are on our 2nd jug.
Well, it's almost there.
Yeah, almost there, yeah. So I added my windshield washer. Everything's good. I did kind of spill a couple windshield washer on my filter. I meant my belts. So we just removed the Beetle. The oil change is officially done. I just gotta check it again before I leave, but it's officially